Ben Brust, alongside an educated Kyle Wallace.
Very educated, very educated. We're the most educated show here at ESPN Wisconsin. You know?
Are we?
How about that?
We have combined 5 degrees.
You have 2, he's got 2, I have 1.
Yeah.
And you were from
Allegedly.
You're from the prestigious University of Wisconsin, and you got into Stanford.
I got into Stanford, Cal Berkeley, Harvard. Strofe, you really bring us down, so we're not even going to bring you up, you Stevens Pointer.
I believe I'm the only member of the show to be highlighted by my university for my professional achievements this week.
That says something about the university.
That's not a good sign about the university.
You the best they got, huh?
Are they gonna?
I don't know if it's a high bar.
Come on,
Are they
Struth.
going to rename?
We got Terry Porter.
Come on, Struth.
Are they going to rename the
Strouf?
journalism
Strouf?
school the Alex Strouf School of Journalism?
I believe that would need to accompany a monetary gift, which I will not be giving.
Ah, yes.
I give them that in form of tuition and student loan payments.
I see.
Do student loan payments go to...
No, the loan went to the university when I was in college. Now I'm
so
paying
now you're
back
just
to people
paying...
that paid
Yeah,
the university.
I was
Yes.
going to say, so, I mean, you really didn't even pay them.
That's true.
You paid somebody else to pay them.
I paid one semester. Now the other 7 semesters are being taken care of.
How are we supposed... You didn't even get a scholarship for anything for all that hard work?
Brother, I had a 2.6 GPA in high school.
2.6 in high school?
That's impossible.
No, it's
I didn't
not.
do my homework.
I had a 2.4
Wait, what do you-
in high school.
What, you got my
What do you
transcripts.
mean? What do you mean?
How is this possible?
What do you mean? What is it?
It's high school.
C's get degrees. What are you talking about?
But in
But it doesn't-
college,
College, I get it.
What do you mean?
College
College is easier than high school.
I think I tend to agree with Kyle. on
yeah,
that.
college you actually have.
Then you aren't taking
interests.
hard enough classes in college.
What do you?
Or you're or
No, I was
Whitewater
taking
and
classes I
Stevens Point are
cared
too
about.
easy.
I was taking classes I cared about.
If
No,
you think
it
high school
changes.
is easier than college, then your college wasn't hard
I
enough.
went to.
I'm kind of Team Strofe and Kyle here.
Oh,
But that's
I went to the #1 high school in the state of Wisconsin. It wasn't easy. Wasn't easy.
How many AP classes did you take?
What do you mean? I'm gonna call you stroke because that's how dumb that sounded.
Hey.
Brad, I had a
Straight
2.4.
shot.
You can't take AP classes with a 2.4. I tried to take AP history because I did well in history, but they said, Kyle, your English grade has to be a B or higher to take AP history. I said, well, that don't make sense.
High school is so easy. How did you get a 2.4?
And we didn't know it's not.
Brad
How is that
literally
possible?
can't
Math
wrap
is
his head
not
around
easy.
it.
Science is not
You
easy.
not show up to gym class or
No,
what?
no, I was a shining star in gym. I just,
That's what lifted
Gym
that
class
above
all
too.
star.
my freshman and sophomore year was a mess. I tore my ACL and I slept through class because I was like after surgery because I'm like I'm not doing anything.
What did they
I'm
make
high
you
on
do in
drugs.
gym class when you tore your ACL?
I didn't have gym probably that semester. I probably had it in following.
I tore my ACL freshman year, the day before my freshman year of high school. I tore my ACL on the football field, and so in gym class,
I didn't know you tore your ACL.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, you don't listen to him.
playing
I'm
linebacker,
working on that, Kyle.
was scrimmaging Arrowhead and tore my ACL.
Oh, I tore my ACL against Arrowhead too.
Arrowhead?
Sophomore year. Them son of a.
I know.
Was it on the same grass?
It was at. I was at
different. I was
Arrowhead
at
High
BC.
School.
We're
I
at
was,
BC.
I was on like a 25-yard run though. Tried to cut.
you were running the ball?
Yeah, JV.
And then you went down?
Boy, listen. Yo, I thought I told this story before. I thought I told this story before.
Bring
Real
somebody
talk.
over here.
No, for real.
Kyle
real,
probably exactly that.
real story. So my dad didn't want me to play running back. He said, "No, Kyle, I'm not having my son get beat up." Sophomore year, I'm on JV as a sophomore, and they are like, "We need some running back," so they put me at running back. And then, like in the scrimmage, they're like, "Oh, Kyle, I'll never forget it. My boy Andrew Gable. Kyle, you're actually kind of good at running back. Maybe you should try juking." Because all I did was running forward and trying to truck people. That's all I
Straight
did.
line runner.
I was like, I ain't doing none of the juking.
Your knees can't handle
my
the
knee, I
juking.
knew my knees couldn't handle the juking.
Over to the KVN Sports Desk. What do you have on your academic accolades?
Well, I had to fact check something Kyle said. He said he went to the #1 high school in the state of Wisconsin. According to usnews.com, that is correct. Whitefish Bay, the
Yeah, it's
hardest high
prestigious.
school in terms of academics in the state of Wisconsin. Brookfield Central, #6 in the state of Wisconsin.
Yes,
and
sir.
Denmark High School I attended, 192.
How
many are there?
How did you get a 2.6 then? Hell, if I went there, I would have been a 4.0 student.
yeah.
There are, I just had the number, 569.
What's the best school you got into in college?
Probably the one I attended.
How many did you get accepted by? How many schools
No.
accepted
How
Alex
many
Stroh?
did he get denied
Okay, hold
by?
on. Slow
I feel
down.
bad. We cut off Kyle's story. I want to hear.
Yeah, you cut off Kyle's
I
ACL
wanna hear Kyle's
story.
ACL,
He
but
was
I
a
wanna
running
hear-
back. He was living out his daddy's dream, or not his
now
daddy's
my
dream.
daddy's
Your first
dream.
juke?
So literally, so I'm running people over. Andrew Gable says, Kyle, like you're actually good at it. Because let me tell you, I've always been the same person. I don't do nothing pretty. I just do it. And so you're actually good at this. You should try juking. I said, all right, cool.
Ooh,
so we called
they said you're actually good at it.
No, because I played corner. I didn't play anything else. I was good at corner, but running back, I was like, oh, wow. And so first time we played against Arrowhead. I get a jet sweep. I get that ball. Boom. You know what a jet sweep
Jet
is.
sweep.
Yes, I've watched Melvin Gordon do it
Yeah.
50,000 times.
Well, I was Melvin flying out there. I was running downfield, about 25 yards downfield. I had a safety coming at an angle. I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to try this juke move. And I said, boom. That was it. That was
First
it.
and only juke.
Drop the ball, everything. No!
you dropped the ball?
Did I? What you mean? My knee said one way and the other way. I said, oh, hell. I said, oh,
Hold on to the ball.
my football coach, the JV coach, came over to me. I'm sitting there, my knee. He said, you okay? I said, oh, no. He said, well, you fumbled, so you owe me some up downs on Monday at practice.
No, he did
I said, bro, you
not.
don't get out of my face. I looked at him like,
I would have said the same thing. Value the ball.
dog, I don't know where the ball
The
was.
whole,
I
the
didn't
whole
care.
body gives up.
Was it a turnover?
The whole body gives up.
Probably. I think it was because I remember them celebrating. I'm like, bro, you didn't even touch me.
That's the thing. It was. I'll keep mine super quick.
Was
before I
it
get to
such a
Strofe.
bad good juke?
Oh,
that
my gosh. I don't even know.
That he flew by you and you got a missed tackle out of
would
it?
love the
One and
film
only
of
missed
that.
tackle?
I never saw the film because we didn't have somebody recording that day. So Arrowhead probably has it. I don't know. I just know
Look,
What could have
Kyle,
been?
What
Kyle's
could have
doing the thing
been?
right now where he's at the bar on a Friday in his local town. Man, you remember that? I would have been
I got film.
Deion Sanders.
I have film of me playing running back.
if you're
I
first
was
and ever
Jim
juke.
Brown. I was Walter Payton.
If your first and ever juke caused a torn ACL, you're just not meant to play running back. Kyle. Your body's not made for it.
I was
Even
not,
cornerback.
No, I was good at-
you got. There's a lot of lateral and quarterback.
Yeah.
You're backpedaling. You got whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's so different running full speed. I remember the sad part about it is my brother, he went to Platteville. My parents were met my brother at Platteville for his a college soccer game. And I got home and I remember crawling up the stairs to try to get into my bed. It was depressing.
Crawling. Would you have crutches?
I was trying to crawl up the stairs. No, I don't know if they even gave me crutches.
How'd you get home?
My friend gave me a ride.
He didn't help you up the stairs.
I think he might help me.
Need,
That was
need
it.
one of them little
I was in so
things
much
up
pain.
the stairs.
I was in so much pain. So much.
Yeah.
I felt helpless. But how'd you tear yours?
I'll keep it quick. Scrimmage in Arrowhead, playing linebacker. They sweep out to my left as I'm looking at the defense, and I see him going back. Same thing. It's the juke move.
Oh, the juke.
He cuts back. So he's going outside, so I take a hard angle of pursuit out. He puts his foot in the ground, cuts out. I put my foot in the ground. My whole body weight goes to the left. As I stick my foot in the ground, my knee just goes, and just, there you go.
Injuries that ended your professional inspirations. 800-990-3776.
I would have been with Brad.
Yes.
Professional inspirations?
He said aspirations. I thought he said
Aspirations.
You absolutely did not say aspirations.
I said in aspirations.
In aspiration.
I heard it right there. Stroke, how did your career end?
Cut.
Side
ended?
Not
Yeah,
ass
man.
backed.
The closest I've been to sports is this. Still alive.
All right, welcome, man.
So how many colleges did you get into, Strofe? You had a 2-4 at Denmark high school?
2-6.
2-6.
I'm the 2-4 guy.
2-4.
All right, I'll just walk you through where I applied and the letters I received back. The very first school I applied to was the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater.
You got in?
Hell no.
I got waitlisted.
Oh, wow. Wait,
Oh,
listen.
wow. Didn't
Whitewater.
get denied.
I then applied to the University of Wisconsin at La Crosse because at the time they had a sports broadcasting minor.
Pretty good school. That
The
probably
two
denied you.
schools that you just mentioned are very big party schools.
What, you think I wanted to go for academics or partying or both? So I applied to La Crosse because they had a sports
But yeah, it was a
broadcasting minor. Got denied.
Yeah, absolutely.
I then got a spam email
Oh no.
to my school email that Ripon College was allowing free applications. Therefore, I applied to Ripon on a free application.
You got it.
I got in.
Oh man.
I then,
wish you would have got denied.
I applied to UW Green Bay because I lived in Green Bay. I got in.
Oh, that's the same.
Okay.
And then I was like, I don't really want to stay home. I want to go somewhere else. So one of my buddies was going to Stevens Point for acting. I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
Acting?
Yeah.
What?
He works at Disney
You know,
World now.
most people go bartend in LA,
What
you
is-
know, try
what
and
does
meet
he
some
do?
people.
I think he's like a
"I'm
character at
With
Disney
all
World.
that.
He went to acting school, and he's a character at
Well, I will
Disneyland.
tell you what. I would not slander
What is
Stevens
he?
Point acting. I have a bunch of friends that work on Broadway now.
Did he start it as
wow.
Goofy
They don't
and he's
act
now
on Broadway.
like Prince
Musical
Charming?
theater. That's acting, right?
Wait, you have friends on Broadway?
I have
acting?
friends on Broadway actively. Yes.
Wow.
Do they have
I
speaking
don't
roles?
buy that for a second.
What's that?
They have speaking roles? Or are they background?
Is it?
Dude,
Is
I
this the
don't know.
Road
I've never
Broadway
been
in
to
Stevens
Broadway.
Point, or
No,
is
in
this
New York City.
Broadway?
Did your friend
Good
start
acting school.
as Goofy and he's now at least Prince Charming or something?
I don't even think he's goofy yet. I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
Oh,
in a while.
wow.
So he's not a friend. You use that friend
Yeah,
term
you,
very
yeah,
loosely.
use friend.
No,
Friends.
well, we were roommates in college for 14 days. We were like really good friends in high
And then
school.
what happened?
What happened after 14 days?
Who annoyed who more?
I don't want to incriminate him.
Oh, wow.
Incriminate
He
him.
got in trouble.
He had that thing.
We didn't say his name.
He got to college. His girlfriend didn't go to the college. They have brought another girl back to the room.
But that's
not
kicked out.
incriminating. He's a
Well, I might-
19-year-old
snitch?
healtly male.
I might have snitched.
You
Wait,
snitched?
wait. Time out.
Oh my
What?
Time out. Hell. Wait.
What's wrong with you?
Wait
Who
a
did you snitch to?
minute.
Well, it was his high school girlfriend who I was friends with. I was still dating my high school girlfriend at the time. and
my
They were
God.
friends.
You
This
ain't coming
expla-
nowhere
He's
with
been
us.
a simp since college.
Don't let him go nowhere
Who
with
did you
as a
snitch
simp.
to?
I stitched to my girlfriend at the time.
Of course. Oh, I wonder who she told.
Correct. I think that's how it happened.
Hey, baby, guess what?
Well, I
Sam
think
brought, Sam
I
brought
came-
another girl.
I was
back.
out at a party. It was like one of my first weekends in college. I came back to the room, and I shouldn't have come back in the room. There was no sock on the door.
So when you snitched, so did he beat you up and then change?
Yeah,
roommates?
how did it find out that you
He
were
had
the
to
snitch?
No, he just never told me. I got back to the room one day, and all of his stuff was gone.
Come on.
And you haven't talked to him since.
No, I've talked to him here and there.
Why would you?
Why
call
would
that
you
a
talk
friend?
to him at all?
What's the which question am I answering?
Okay, why
I mean,
would you
there's
call
so
him-
many
yeah,
to
why would you
ask.
still call him your friend? It's not-
Because I think we've patched the relationship. It's just, of course, not what it once
what do
was.
you mean you think?
And this is the guy at Disneyland.
Well, we were in. Yeah, correct. Well,
Who went to acting at Stevens Point?
Oh, so he plays Mickey Mouse?
He wishes.
all right.
Yeah, he's got to work his way up.
He's a dwarf.
He never said he was going to move out, and one day you came back and his stuff was gone.
I feel like Strope's lying.
That's
That's
crazy.
serious.
That is the crazy. There was no confrontation.
There was a brief one. So the day prior,
That's what we're waiting for, dude.
it wasn't like a, hey, here's why I'm moving out. It was more, there was one of those big blue bins, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
In our room. And I was like, hey, man, what's this for? He was like, oh, I just needed it for a day. And I was like, okay, sounds good. And then I left and I came back the next day and he was gone.
Did you see him on campus?
Wow.
So
Yeah,
he didn't say.
We were in a fantasy football league together for the next
Bro,
couple
he must be a legitimately
suck.
good actor. Think about that. He faked it with Strofe as being his friend.
He was
until
Jean,
the moment he left.
He was Jean Valjean in our high school's production of Les Mis.
You
Very
know
good.
how mad I
Very
would be
talented
if my
dude.
friend snitched on me? I don't think y'all understand. Like,
It's not a-
bros before you know what.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not a
what you
friend.
doing?
Look,
That's not a friend.
I look. It's.
I can't believe you snitched.
I didn't directly snitch.
Yes, you did. You told your girlfriend, and you knew your girlfriend was going
Who
to run
else
into
was I gonna tell?
You nobody.
I.
You said, "Hey, bro, like you had a girl
want
here,
me
you
to
made me
take
feel
that to the
uncomfortable."
grave?
Yes.
You're not a foxhole guy. I will never be telling him anything ever
Thank
again.
you. Who
Not
doesn't
a
have
foxhole.
something
You
your friend
already
has told
don't.
them they ain't gonna say?
Well, that was also young Strofe. Like,
No. You're the
I didn't know any
same
better.
That was only like 6
giggity,
years ago.
kind of guy.
How long were you dating your girlfriend at the time?
I was with my girlfriend at that point like 2 years.
And y'all not together. What a waste of time.
That's true. We
What
broke
a
up.
waste.
We broke
That's
up
a
like a
good
year
point.
later. Yeah.
Kevin chimes in on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. UW Stevens Point has a pretty good acting program. I have a couple friends in their 40s who attended for acting. One even spent time in LA acting.
About that.
Good program.
Ben in
I
the
told you this.
262 can confirm UWSP has a legit theater arts program. Ben in Kenosha, BA Theater Arts from UW Parkside 05.
Yeah.
Hey,
I-
they have another great program as well down there.
Dave from Aaron Strofe. You never heard snitches get stitches?
No, it is one of my regrets. If you were to sit me down and say, hey, Strofe, what are the biggest regrets you have in life? I think I tarnished that friendship, and I didn't really
You
realize
think?
it until way after the fact.
You think you tarnished it?
I mean, his actions,
What if you got
but my
caught?
reaction,
wow.
What was the reverse? Would you be mad at him?
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, come
The moral high ground Alex Stroh.
I'm done with him.
I can't stand him. 'Cause that gave me flashbacks.
I
I would ask my
wouldn't have
girl a
done it. What a
hypothetical
great
question like that, and she'll
response.
answer like that. I'm like, you know what? Let's not play this game.
No, it's a losing game.
I hate it.
You're Mr. Perfect over there, and she's
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, basically.
My goodness.
800-990-3776. I did not have the arts, the theater arts at UW-Stevens Point on the bingo card for segment 1. I'm glad we got there. Kyle Bruston Ortman across ESPN Wisconsin. UKBN Nation can always get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. But I do love some of the things that Jordan Love had to say to the media yesterday. I still can't look at you in the eyes right now.
Oh, it's
like I can't look at him.
I'm looking at him completely different now. That was one of my trusted boys. I talked to Strofe after 5 about a lot of stuff. I'm not saying
nope.
I ain't saying words.
Strofe at work is like, you know how they say bad things happen after midnight or whatever the line is. After 5 o'clock, all Strofe's mind goes everywhere.
I think you're being rude. This was over 8 years ago.
No.
It's a long time
He lashed
ago.
out at me today too because I called him out. And he lashed out at me today.
I didn't lash out. I
lashed
laughed. I laughed.
No, he didn't. No, I called him a simp in front of the office because he lets his girlfriend just take his car. And then
He's in front of people. You called him a simp.
It's our car.
he
first
said
off.
it's his car.
It's my car, but it's our car now.
This is simp energy.
He did. I called him a simp. He said, "Well, I'm not the one who sent the video telling your girlfriend to stop spending all your money."
Yeah, you're a snitch.
I said, "Dog, what? That was between the boys." Bumps him.
All right, let's go. I bumps him. I'm team bumps him.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
I'm about being.
You're not young, wild, and free.
I am young.
You're not that.
I am
Every
wild.
time I ask you to do
Wild.
something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why you taking so, why you going personal? Why you gotta talk about business? I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I'll be fascinated to see what this contract looks like. How much of this is incentivized? How much is Jair getting to walk through that door?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I'm guessing it's not going to be nearly what he wants. I know that. It will be more of how much did the Packers go to kind of put an olive branch out to say, come on back in, Jair. We still believe that you can play.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Truck drivers, the job you have today might not be the one you want tomorrow, and that's okay. At Schneider, our transfer team is here to help you if you decide the job you picked isn't the right fit, or if you come across life changes that require a different schedule or home time. Last year, nearly 2,000 Schneider drivers transferred to different opportunities at the company that better met their lifestyle. Find the driving job that fits yours and your family's needs. Apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Drive into Memorial Day all month long at Cunis. Get the best savings of the year at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. Get huge discounts on the Buick Envista and Envision SUVs or the rugged GMC Terrain and Sierra. Visit your local dealer website for one of our 10 pre-owned super specials. You won't find deals like this anywhere else. Plus, we have unbeatable service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Drive into Memorial Day all month long at Cunis.
Join NBA stars Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener on the links at Hidden Glen Golf Course or at the Champions for Literacy celebration on June 27th at the Garage at the Harley-Davidson Museum. Help bring awareness to youth literacy and support Milwaukee's youth. Get full event details at wadeversusdiener.givesmart.com. And if you can't make the party, learn more about the Elite Youth Basketball Camp happening on June 28th at wadeversusdiener.givesmart.com. That's wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and Father's Day is Sunday, June 15th. Get Dad something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send Dad his favorite flavor, like their bourbon pecan. That's my favorite. To complete the gift, you can add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order, and you will be Dad's favorite child. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH and have it shipped right to Dad. Kringle.com or 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're ashamed of our producer, not Kyle Wallace.
Oh, no, not me. I would never. Loose lips get clips.
It works. You snitched. You snitched on your roommate 14 days into college, and you still claim to be his friend, which is wild. You're just not. You're not friends. Admit it.
No, I would say we're on better terms than maybe we were at one point, but I don't know that we're friends.
Man, do you have like the text history on your phone? When's the last time you texted him?
It was probably my birthday or his birthday.
So you send each other birthday texts?
We do like the pleasantries, yeah.
Why? It just makes no sense.
Because there's a much deeper history to him and I's background.
Than you snitching on him to his, which got to his girlfriend.
If anything,
unforgivable.
Does he have a new girlfriend now? To your knowledge,
yes, yeah.
So you at this point you'd think, you know what?
Oh, you know what?
You look back.
I cleared my text messages within the last few months, and so I have nothing.
How convenient.
Yeah, again, Strofe, I'm telling you this right now. I'm a loss for words. I just couldn't imagine one of my homies that I thought my homie from high school that I decided to go to college with and then room with him.
I thought this was a show about accountability. When you do something that is clearly in the wrong.
There's certain levels of accountability, all right? I understand accountability, but as an 18, 19-year-old in college, I'm going to be like, bro, like, I get it.
But here's the thing. I didn't get it because I was like 3 days into college.
What do you mean? We all went to college for an education, a good time, and to chase women, all right? At least that's
then break up with your girlfriend.
Now, boy, sometimes people like they cake and eat it too. And when you're 18, you make poor decisions.
Okay, so you think that, what's our guy's name? Infidelity victim.
Chris in Oconomowoc.
So if Chris in Oconomowoc never found out that his best friend was canoodling his ex-wife, if he never found that out, that's just okay with you?
His best friend was doing it, right?
Yep.
Best friend. And it's different.
And they're married.
When you're the victim, it's different, right? I wouldn't want to be cheated on.
Oh, interesting, but you're
so Kyle's the double standard
if I see baby girl out on a date with somebody else, I'm not telling you.
No, that's different. You my boy.
No,
he's not your boy.
No,
you just said I'm not your boy.
If you were her best friend and we weren't friends and she knew what was happening, she should talk to her, but don't mean she got to tell me. She owes me nothing. But you as my boy, you owe me. So you see my girl out there, you call me up, hey, bro, come down here. We got to handle business.
We got to handle business.
Strope's not a handle business kind of guy. He's just trying to be liked by everyone right now.
I just want honesty and accountability. All I want in the world. And more love.
Here's the thing is, I like foxhole guys. Like, I look at you now, and I know that you have something that you will never tell anyone that you're taking to the grave.
You said you saw him. What? Hell no. I didn't see that. That's a lie. I was with him. That ain't happening.
Hell no.
We was at the bar. The bar. Shoot. He would never.
Yeah. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman just taking it all in as he is.
This is unbelievably entertaining. Every wrinkle of this story is juicy.
I'm legitimately mad at Stroh.
I know you are.
This happened 8 years ago.
It doesn't matter. It's part of your DNA.
You never apologize.
Oh, he
to
threw his pen.
Oh, jeez.
He's sad.
That Gen Z energy.
I need you to get back to the computer because I need to hear from Jordan Love yesterday at OTAs. Oh, yeah, now you're needed.
Now you want to hear from Jordan Love.
Yeah,
I do. We
knows. Said our piece.
I bet
you
Jordan,
know how we feel.
It's been 25 minutes since you brought
We needed you to know you're not a foxhole guy.
You're not.
When you told your girlfriend, did you think it was going to get back to your roommate? That's what I got to know. Or did you?
Brad, I just got to know.
Let me retell the story for a moment. Can I?
Okay, so now you're going to rewrite history. Time to rewrite history.
I think you're losing a lot of details here. All right?
I don't think so.
It is my 3rd day on campus. Third.
I heard that.
3.
You got that.
But
I know nobody except my college roommate and people I barely know who I met at parties.
Yes, so that's loyalty. You should be loyal to him. Yes. Okay.
I get to my room to go to sleep. Clearly, that will not be happening.
Mm-hmm.
I leave the room and go, shoot, where am I supposed to go?
Sit your ass on that floor outside the door.
Called my girlfriend who went to a different college, explained the situation.
Wow, immediate.
And then found a buddy who I met the night before, and I was like, hey, can I crash here?
See, that's what you should have done right away.
But that is what I did.
No, you called her right away.
You could have. Why didn't you call her and say, hey, I'm locked out the room? What happened? We locked our keys out.
You guys are immoral.
Nah, Stroh, I'm sorry. At 19, you shouldn't have snitched.
18.
You still shouldn't have snitched. You should. Your boy, that was your best friend on campus. Your best friend. And that's how you did him? No loyalty, man.
He's trying to process. Am I in the wrong? He stands by his actions.
I think these two segments say a lot more about Ben and Kyle than they do about me.
Listen, Kyle Walsh, I will admit, if my friends do something crazy, I'm going to talk to them like, hey, listen, don't do that in front of me.
Which I did.
And you talk, I wouldn't go to baby girl like baby girl if my baby girl was friends with her.
I walked in and I was like, "Oh no, man!" That's what I said. I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave for the night. And we talked about it the next day.
You didn't say you talked about it the next day.
We did.
What did he say about it? Was he regretful?
I don't know if that would be the word I would use.
He shouldn't be regretful. He was a young man trying to see what the world had to offer.
Which is fine, but break up with your girlfriend. And that was essentially the talk I had.
He probably did break up with you. You should have been doing the same thing.
No,
you should have said, oh, no, why not do this? And you look, you wasted time with your girl. Yep. I bet you regret it. You should be just like him.
I don't know if I end up where I am without that relationship. I don't really believe in regret.
Sucks.
Strove.
Uh-oh.
I love when Brad asks questions. That means you're in deep.
It probably shouldn't have came from you the night of.
But I didn't tell his girlfriend. I told my girlfriend.
Yeah, but you probably... Did you have a couple...
You know him. The door, he said, he walks out, dials phone. Hey, baby, guess what happened?
You wouldn't believe what I just saw.
College not off to a hot start for me.
That's a great start. What do you mean? Your friend's winning.
I don't know if that's the right word.
He was winning. Yes, he was.
He was having fun, sure.
No, he was winning.
How many girls you got?
I have one.
Uh-huh.
Only one.
Wait, did you just ask him how many girls he has?
Are you listening to how he's speaking?
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. He just crossed the damn line again.
He did cross the line. What are you trying to say?
We're just having a conversation here. You come at Kyle like that?
Right.
That was garbage.
No, yeah, that was garbage. I'm going to see you tonight with baby girl. You're going to apologize to her for insinuating that.
I'm not apologizing to her about nothing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Insinuating that nonsense.
I'm just going to say, hey, baby girl, good to see you again. Your eyes look great.
Oh, you do need a baby girl compliment.
They do look great.
Beautiful, not great.
What was your question?
I didn't have one. My takeaway is this story was so incredibly eventful. It probably shouldn't have. You probably should have talked to your boy first before it even left the dorm room.
He goes to his girl now about everything.
I really wish we didn't do this.
I'm so glad we did.
No. This is
what
good.
Role he does at Disney World.
I'm never.
I don't give a damn about that. I like learning about the people who are on this show from 2 to 5 every day that we're going to war with.
For real, I'm telling you, we thought
we do something bad, we are done. And if he's got anything on us, we are done.
That's not true.
Hey, Greg Scalzo.
Do you regret the immediate?
Right. I'm the one that would go to Greg Scalzo, Mr. Be my best man in my
Gen Z
wedding.
energy lash out.
I'm glad you weren't in Vegas with us because maybe if I did accidentally touch somebody's thigh, you would have been. Oh, Kyle hand touched his thigh. Even though it did not happen.
Why'd you just almost? Why'd you like?
I believe
almost incriminate yourself without incriminating
I
yourself.
actually said on the show the other day, verbatim. I can try to find it in the break. I went to Treasures to get some chicken thighs and some human thighs. Wasn't that the line?
That it's a strip club. That's what you're supposed to do. But that didn't happen. It's a joke, Strofe. Damn.
I think we all need to take the edge off. Brad knows exactly how to do that.
Wow. The only way I know to take the edge off, and I'm going to need to take it all off.
Brad probably wishes he had one during these first 2 segments.
I did.
Just sitting back and shoot.
Honestly, my feet would be up and I'd be sipping a Carb Bliss because there's so many different flavors to choose from, especially now. Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Man, the weather is getting great. Summer has arrived in Wisconsin. So you better pick up the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Also, the Mango 4-pack of the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Watermelon is so good, they made a 4-pack of its own. It's all the things you love about Carb Bliss that I love about Carb Bliss. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 gluten, and full of flavor. I was talking to someone today. I was at Erin Hills with the WPGA. We were talking about Carb Bliss. She's like, I don't even know what it's about. They nail the flavor. They nail the carbonation. Everything about it I love. I said, I love Carb Bliss too. So if you want to figure out why less is more, then you need to pick some up. And while you're there, scan that QR code at the grocery store. Enter your chance to win a sweet night at the ballpark. Compliments of Carb Bliss. Carb Bliss. Less is more with Carb Bliss.
All right, we're going to give Alex Strofe a break. We're going to slot Wheel of Strofe in after Jason Wilde, unless you really want to do the Wheel of Strofe. He needs a break. He's shaking his head no. He's pouting. All right, Jordan Love had some interesting things to say at OTAs. Let's get to that next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach.
Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as 2 of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at brewers.com.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Ever notice how wine enthusiasts often speak a completely different language? And while that language may technically be English, to most people it's anything but. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we stock over 8,000 varieties of wine and speak many dialects of wine English to help everyone, from the wine novice to the master sommelier. So if you need an expert recommendation for wine, or maybe you know what you want and simply need help locating it, our experienced staff has got your back. No matter the budget, occasion, or your level of wine expertise, Discount Liquor will make you feel at home. Discount Liquor, unmatched selection, everyday low prices, a helpful staff, and 2 convenient locations. In Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Strofe took the segment off. We have somebody in for him producing while he catches his breath, calls his friend, make sure everything's okay. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. William chimes in on YouTube. Kyle and Ben are right. Alex is not a foxhole guy. That's right. Alex isn't here. I'm sorry.
He needs a breather.
He needs a breather. It was great to hear from some Packers in OTAs. Good to have pretty good attendance, too, overall. Obviously, Elton Jenkins is hanging out there. But Jordan Love talking to the media. And I don't know. I don't want to say he was pressed. But he got a little mini trigger, and I kind of liked it. Here's Jordan Love with Fox 11.
What is a step back is what I'd ask, you know what I mean? Everybody has different opinions, things like that. You know, you got to block that stuff out. So it's all about the goals of the team at the end of the day. You know, I'd say we won more games than we did the year before. So that's why I ask people, what is a step back? So everybody has opinions, things like that. Try and block that out and just focus on doing me, being the best player I can be, like I've talked about, and go forward. But at the end of the day, you know, personal stats, things like that, that's all in the back. You know, you got to focus on the goals of the team first and foremost.
Jordan Love, when being asked about potentially, you know, the step back he took last year versus the end of 2023, because I don't think we would holistically say the entire season of 2023, as Kyle would say, he got a little sassy.
Yeah, he got a little
and a good sassy for me. I like it.
You know, I told y'all, I like a little bit of oomph in my life. You know what I'm saying? I like a little bit of friction sometimes. And this is what we got. Being a person who enjoyed the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre, he had his moments, right? Aaron Rodgers, we know he had his moments. Jordan Love, one knock that we had on him was about leadership and about him being too nice. I like the fact that when somebody asked him a question about a step back, he said, "What does that mean? Like, what are you talking about?"
Brought up twice.
Like, yeah, and that's what I like, because that is somebody who's actually pushing back, and he had a very direct response. That wasn't a guy that was being like, "Well, I know some people think it's a step back," but I said, "No." He said, "No, it's not. I didn't take a step back at all." You know what I'm saying? I don't even think about personal stats. I think about how we come together as a team. For me, I heard maturity, I heard growth, and I hear a leader. Because when you are a leader, you have to speak with conviction. And finally, Jordan Love is speaking with conviction, and he can continue this mentality and this maturation of who he's going to be this offseason. If this is who Jordan Love is now, being very direct, if you ask me a question I don't like, I'm going to give you an answer that's very direct and sometimes snappy, then this is a quarterback that's building with leadership. I loved it because it was the first time I heard him give a little pushback to something.
Yeah, I love the little bit of edge that he gave his answer with, and the fact that he drew it back to the team. The one thing that so overall, I'd say Jordan Love, I love the energy, I love the confidence, and I love the edge that you give an answer with. I would have loved a little bit more, though. It felt incomplete because I would have loved him saying, you know what? Nobody has higher expectations than me. I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm going to come out here and do this year. I would have loved something like that because he didn't
I'll let
really,
you go, but I hate it.
Because I don't want him to, not that I'm concerned about him being okay with how last year went, but last year is not good enough. That's not good enough for Jordan Love. I know he was injured, but like he can't sit there and say he was very happy with how he performed last year.
Yeah,
it's
but
not good enough.
If he says that, I hold my you're basically saying you weren't good enough. Like I like that his.
though.
I know you, but that's for Brad Nortman. For Jordan Love, hearing him say no, forget all that. It's about the team. It's about me trying to continue to develop as a quarterback to help the team. Because the biggest thing that I feel like when it comes to the quarterbacks of the last 30 years in Green Bay is. At the end of the career for Aaron Rodgers, it then became, well, what was his record in the NFC Championship games? And what was the difference between him and others of why he wasn't able to push further? And I think you yourself, Brad, pointed to the best quarterbacks are able, even with their talent, to help people rise above. And like I felt like he was not putting himself in a spot where he was like, I need to do this, I need to do that. He was like, I need to do whatever I need to do to help the team win. And I thought that was really refreshing. And when I heard him speak, it had me like cheering for the guy. I'm like, that's a great answer. That man is not talking about who cares about the step back or whatever you think it is. He knows what happened deep down inside, but he doesn't need to address it. He just needs to make sure that he's doing what he can to put the team in the best spot to succeed. And if you hear that, and I hear my quarterback for the Green Bay Packers talking about the team and not me when I'm asked a question about me, that's good. He was asked about him and he made it about we. That is growth.
I just like the fact he didn't give us a cookie cutter answer. That's the thing about me. Like I'm glad he brought it back to the team, but I'm just so happy he pushed back. I'm telling y'all, when it comes to leadership roles, as a leader, sometimes you have to be the voice that speaks out, right? You have to step up for other people. You have to get in that uncomfortable position of when you see somebody maybe talking bad about Romeo Doubs, you just say, listen, y'all, we handled it. We took care of it as a team. We rallied around Romeo Doubs, and we're moving forward. There's nothing else to talk about. Watch what we do on Sunday. Watch what we do on the football field. That will do all the talking. But at this point, it's over. That's what you need sometimes. You need somebody that can get out there and defend people and speak strongly. And I'm telling y'all, this is a great first step in where I think Jordan Love is going to be going. And I do think this might be a kind of a preview of a newer, refreshed, better leadership Jordan Love.
Yeah, and Carter chimes in the 608-800-990-3776. He just says simply a little glimpse of J Love, the all caps leader. And again, all of that being said, I can say I like his answer and I want to root for him because I like the way that he presents himself. He's a model QB1 citizen, but he needs to play as QB1 as well, right? He needs to play as a franchise quarterback consistently. And he knows what comes with it. He's getting paid the money. He knows the expectations of what a quarterback in Green Bay is expected to do. It's probably unfair following the two people he's followed, and he's handled it really, really well.
That's a guy that's getting comfortable in his role. Like, honestly, like you just said, he just followed Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, so he had to deal with Aaron Rodgers leaving. And then, the just Packers organization. This is a guy that now seems like he's coming to his own, and he's feeling comfortable being the face of the franchise, being the quarterback, having expectations, understanding that there's going to be ups and downs. So this just seems like a guy that's more comfortable to speak his mind.
Yeah, if you were to take that sound clip and compare it to anything that we've heard in the year one or year two of starting, it's going to sound vastly different. And to me, it sounds like, even though I liked the answer overall, I would have loved a little bit more of like, I know I can do better. I know I will do better, but I'm nitpicking. But I will say it's a guy who knows he now has a voice and he's willing to use it. Those are two important factors as he grows in that leadership role that you're talking about.
And as much as we want to talk about who was the leader last year, is Jordan Love going to emerge as the leader? Who cares about last year now? I mean, it's year 3. He's getting paid $55 million annually to be the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Naturally, you're going to be the leader. And it's good to see this early. We'll see how he continues to progress and how vocal he is.
I'm confident. I was already confident in Jordan Love, but this is what I needed to see.
He had some swag there. We've been missing swag from Jordan Love, and the way he answered that question was like, I don't give a damn about who said take a step back. Take a step back. We won 11 games.
Exactly. This seemed like a dude that's ready to put a foot on somebody. Listen, boys, we up right now 21-10. We got the ball driving. Let's put him away. Let's not sit. Matt, Let's do it. Call the play action fake so I can hit him deep.
Now you're going a little too ahead of yourself. We haven't seen it yet. You're trying to get that in him. We're going to see it. He's got it.
The dog coming out.
He plays with a good bit of swagger, right? The throws he's willing to make, he plays with a little bit of edge, a little bit of risk-taking ability. So I'm glad to start seeing that outside of the white lines too.
I will say it was a beautiful day to be outside and typically locked in this building, which I love being here. But I got to go outside and play some golf today. First time since September.
Oh, wow.
First time. Very foreign. Golf was tough. But I had a great time with the Weed Man. The Weed Man got out with me, and I was asking him some questions. And he's like, yeah, guess what? Your next services, they're going to make sure that if there's any weeds, because it's the springtime, we like to just, ease into a little bit more potent stuff to get rid of anything that's left over from the springtime cleaning. So,
buddy,
he said, bring the more potent stuff now. The grass can handle it with the rain and the sun. It's gonna be looking even better. It already looks better.
Yeah, it does.
And it's gonna look great.
Beautiful.
It's the progression. I can't wait. You can have that progression I'm talking about by going to weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment. That's half off at weedman.com. They use golf course quality fertilizer and effective weed control. All part of that winning game plan that I was talking with the Weed Man about today. The neighbors do stop and stare. I had a moment where my neighbor, I don't know if I told you guys this. Since my neighbor told me, how'd you get your grass through that? My man has been putting in work out there by himself. And I was just like, all you gotta do is call Weed Man, man. All that sweat can go away. They just spray the weeds away.
It is crazy.
Weedman.com. Weedman for the win. Time now for Over Under, one of our favorite games here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. We will go with caller 6 and caller 9. Caller 6, you're going to get a category from Alex Strofe. Strofe's back in the producer's booth. What's going on, Strofe?
Thanks for the breather, guys. I needed it.
Yes, good to have you back. Caller 6, caller 9 for Over Under. Strofe's going to give you a category. You are going to pick Over or Under if you were caller 6 based off if you think Kyle, myself, and Brad will get over the over-under line that Strofe sets. We try and get as many answers correct in 3 minutes. 800-990-3776. It's Over-Under next on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Student Athlete Support Fund is something I was looking at. I'm ultimately likely going to give to this College of Letters, I was in life.
Long week.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker. It's a three. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe. A special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the two.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Wade vs. Diener is about planting seeds of opportunity and watching them grow into something amazing. Join NBA and Marquette stars Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener and be part of this incredible journey at the Champions for Literacy celebration on June 27th. Or register your son or daughter for the Elite Youth Basketball Camp coached by Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener themselves on June 28th. Register at wadevsdiener.givesmart.com. That's wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman. A big focus in America today is your health. And you can't be fully healthy if you are not physically mobile to do the things you want to do. If you're someone that keeps on experiencing that joint pain, then you need to visit QC Kinetics. When I go to QC Kinetics Greenfield location, I am amazed at everything that they have to give you your life back and finally fix that pain that you're experiencing. Everything they do is top of the line. From the free consultation where you can get an ultrasound of your joints and see what is nagging you in real time, to the effective and long-lasting treatments of PRP and stem cells that they offer to give you long-lasting pain relief. Be one of the tens of thousands of other patients who now have a pain-free life because of the treatments they received at QC Kinetics. Kinetics. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
The greatest show on dirt is charging through Wisconsin. Saturday, June 7th, the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars invade Beaver Dam Raceway's grand finale for the Jim J.B. Boyd Memorial, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Then it's a Sunday special on June 8th when the Outlaws race to Angel Park for the first time since 2016. Gates open at 4 p.m. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Buying and selling a home can be a stressful process. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The We Sell group at Keller Williams has a goal of making it stress-free for everyone. Their passion is people. Their availability is unmatched, something I'm experiencing firsthand while I search for a lake home to enjoy Wisconsin summers even more. Rob and Nick are there every step of the way, not just for their sellers, but also to potential buyers and their agents to bring in as many strong offers as possible. Get started today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time for over-under here on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Welcome back, Strofe. You weren't missed. That was from Doug. Ernie and Barnes got your back. That's all in the Carbless Talking text line.
Good to be back. Thanks, Doug.
That is 800-990-3776. List is more.
What do they say? What do they say? Back like I never left?
That is correct. Back like I never left.
Just say it with more confidence and swag next time.
Didn't Macklemore say that at one point? He's not really the definition of swag, I would argue.
I can't even listen to his voice anymore. It's so different.
Are you referring to me or Macklemore?
I'm talking about you. There's something.
Wow.
I think something left my heart after I heard that.
Have you been
a
shaking
homie.
at the core?
You lost.
I
lost a
actually know
homie.
the answer. I know it left your heart. Morality.
Nailed it.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Morality. It's our theme today on Over Under. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. There's no way you make a unless you made a list of the 10 most moral people in the world.
And I'm the top 9. Kyle Wallace, $3,263,000,000. Anyway, all right. Today's topic,
dude. You're deep in his head, man. He's not gonna sleep tonight.
I
gotta hang out with him tonight. Is the worst part.
He ain't gonna be talking. You're sitting by you. Anything you say to him, Kyle, might be used against you.
Hell no.
I'm like a lawyer. No, I'm like a judge.
Just shut up and give us the
judge. That's a good one. Lording over.
All right, Judge Strofe here for Over Under. Caller 6 today, Derek in Wanakee. He is not a believer. He is on the under. Team Strofe guy, last time I checked. Caller 9, Sherry of the royal family of Franklin, is with you guys. She is on the over.
I like it.
Do it for Sherry.
Yeah.
Today's topic. I am looking for the last 10 teams not to win, but to lose the NBA Finals. The last 10 teams that lost the NBA Finals. The over-under 8.5. Who is our final answerer?
Bro, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Stop stalling.
No, we're not stalling, Judge.
Who's the final answer?
We're in council right now.
No, you're not. You're not talking.
Not me.
All right, man.
I can
Kyle, take it.
Kyle, you got it. All right, time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Last year, who
Boston beat?
Yikes.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go Golden State. Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas.
Final
Good
answer.
call, Luka. Yeah.
Yep, that was last year.
All right, let's just go Phoenix Suns final answer.
Okay, for the Bucks.
Yep.
Golden State, final answer.
You got 1, 4, and 5
The
on
Heat
this list.
lost the
1,
finals.
4, and 5 in terms of
Miami Heat did lose in the final. Miami Heat, final answer.
And they are number 2, second most recent.
And then also the Cavaliers. When did LeBron lost with the Cavs?
LeBron lost a million times.
Yeah. Oh, the Lakers. The Lakers haven't lost in the finals, have they?
Who
They only
the
made it
bubble,
to
the
one.
bubble, the bubble.
Who
Lakers.
They beat Miami.
Oh yeah.
Who
Oh,
was
so the Heat show up twice.
Who did Denver beat?
Denver beat.
They didn't beat the Pacers. They didn't beat the Raptors. I feel like the Raptors. No, they didn't beat the Raptors.
Oh no, it's Eastern Conference for the Bucks.
They didn't. Not the Pistons.
This is gonna go back far. We might as well throw Cavaliers out.
2
there.
minutes.
Final answer.
Yeah, they are number 6 on this list.
All right, so go through some Eastern
San
Conference
Antonio didn't like that's all the way back to like 2013 or so. Or 2012? When did the Heat beat San Antonio one year?
Oh, good one. Yep.
San Antonio.
Yep.
San Antonio, final answer. Okay.
They are number 7 on this list.
What year?
12 and 13. Brad nailed it.
12 and 13. And then number 7 on
the
the
Heat show up again.
12/13. That's one season.
So one season.
He could be multiple times then.
Yeah, Heat is multiple times.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't count.
So
for
we're going
22
back to
and 23, 19 and 20.
Oh, okay.
So the Celtics beat the Lakers.
The Celtics lost to the Lakers. So Celtics, final answer should be.
Whoa, no.
Well, Celtics are number 3 on this list. They lost in 21-22.
Oh yeah, so then Lakers also lost to the Celtics in like what was that?
10, 8, 18.
Whoa.
Or not 19. 2008.
2008.
Vic,
I
can you
wanna
go
say.
through some of the Western Conference teams that have probably lost?
1 minute.
I feel like the Lakers are on there from like the Kobe years.
Portland never made it.
Who did Celtics beat with like Ray Allen and
The Bulls didn't make it. The Cavs.
I think did the Celtics beat the Lakers in that year? I don't think they did.
The Lakers lost in 2008. I want to say.
I'm fine with the Lakers.
Okay, Lakers final answer.
They are number 10 on this list. You need one more.
Okay, so
Missing 8 and 9.
I think Dallas
8
lost
and 9.
before they won.
that was. I don't know. Who
30 seconds.
Oh, we already have
I need to
Dallas.
go
We already
through
have
Dallas.
NBA
9.
teams.
we got like
I'm trying to think back in my era.
Portland.
LA was 10, so this is like
Oklahoma
09.
City?
Oklahoma City lost.
OKC.
OKC final answer.
Got it.
We gotta get all
8.
10.
Was that 8 or 9?
That was 9.
So we
we
got
need
it. We
8.
won.
We won.
Yeah, we won. Let's see if we
I
get-
want to try and get it at all.
You're missing number 9.
Okay.
So it's still in that same
So it
era.
was before the Thunder, but after the Lakers.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn didn't go to a finals.
Philly, no.
Philly didn't go to a finals. No. Raptors, they only went to one NBA finals. We got Miami, not Orlando. Houston, no.
Utah.
Golden State, we already said. Portland never made it to a final.
Houston, no.
Who's in the?
I'll just say this. You've said them out loud in the last minute.
Well, that's going to be tough.
Kyle just said not about 15 teams, and it was one of them.
Memphis didn't make it to a final, no?
No.
It was not Memphis.
Oh, it was Houston?
Not Houston.
No, it was like a minute ago we said. We just did that like 10
I said
seconds
within
ago.
the last minute.
West or East? Since we already won. For Sherry.
East.
East.
Oh, Raptors, final answer.
Nope.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Wait,
Why-
this is what
we already won.
He said final
2010?
answer.
Yeah, just give us the year now.
08-09.
08,
09. Who said it out loud?
Kyle. He said it was one of the teams that's not.
It's a freshman year.
They had the MVP on the roster, I believe. Maybe not MVP.
The Bulls didn't make it to the
Nope.
finals. The Cavs.
Who won the MVP in 08-09?
Kobe, I thought. No, Kobe.
Nash?
No, that's post-Nash.
We just
Nash was
did the
earlier.
MVP thing last week, didn't we?
I
Yeah,
don't-
but it wouldn't have gone this far back.
Oh.
I don't know who I said.
Tell us.
The Orlando Magic. Dwight Howard.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yes.
Did Dwight Howard win an MVP?
He did, I believe
I think so.
Good line.
I was
Yeah, that was
I was an
good.
intern here. The Magic beat the Cavs to go to the finals, and then they
Yeah.
lost to San Antonio or Lake. No, they lost to. I don't know.
I think they lost. I don't know. They lost too.
Well, I did see some news that Jordan Love will be in attendance. You hear this?
What?
At the American Family
You a lie.
Insurance Championship.
What day? I know you a lie.
I saw him
I
post
know
it.
you lie. Well, guess what? Not only will Jordan Love be in attendance, so will Kyle, Bruston, Nortman. Really just the Nortman and the Kyle that day, because Ben will be celebrating, but come celebrate with us at the American Family Insurance Championship as it returns to Madison with, guess what, 2 new changes this year. Wisconsin's very own Steve Stricker will host this PGA Tour Champions event June 6th through the 8th. That is next week, and at his new home, TPC, Wisconsin. The AmFam champ also debuts a new team competition this year. It's a two-person team. Two-person teams will compete in best ball and scramble formats. The American Family Insurance Championship, June 6th through the 8th, is going to be something you do not want to miss. So get tickets today by visiting amfamchampionship.com. That is amfamchampionship.com. Going to be a great time.
In 2 minutes, are there too many mouths to feed on the Green Bay Packers? Or, I do want to know as well, what would it be better for the 2025 Packers if Josh Jacobs led the NFL in rushing or if Jordan Love led the NFL in passing? Think hard on that one because it actually might be tougher than you think in 2 minutes.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
Get the beat of the Bucs straight from a fan favorite and Bucs legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucs Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, it's Bucs broadcaster Dave Kane. Find Here District now on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, or wherever you get your podcast.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. Right now, get 50% off your windows plus no interest and no payments for 12 months and a free entry door with your window purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Brust and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Brust and Nortman hang with you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. See us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And always listen on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today. Very, very seamless and easy to use. I loved it this morning on my hour-long drive to Lake Geneva this morning. Now this was a thinker because I'm still stuck on this one. I think I have my answer, but I'm curious as to what yours is, and you as well, KBN Nation. I'm confident in the progression Jordan Love will continue to make, but how big will he continue to progress next year? Josh Jacobs was, I think, third last year in rushing, if I'm not mistaken, behind probably Jahmyr Gibbs and Saquon Barkley. But if with what the Philadelphia Eagles did, this is what makes it so tricky. We're in a league where it's a passing league. Jacobs was 6, felt like more, considering how much they leaned on him on every single drive on the first possession, really the last 10 games of the year. What would be better for the Packers in 2025? If Jordan Love led the league in passing yards or if Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing yards?
I noodled with this one for a while. And I'm landing on Jordan Love as leading the NFL in passing yards. Here's why. So not only is it good for this team in 2025, but it's good for the Packers going forward. Let's start with 2025. If Jordan Love leads the NFL in passing, you might start to think, holy cow, is there a reason why he needs to lead the NFL in passing? Because maybe they're in high-scoring games. Maybe the defense is struggling. But when I look at it, it tells me the offense is cooking. Absolutely cooking. You want your highest paid player in the most important position in sports to be cooking. What will likely accompany many passing yards is a lot of touchdowns. Hopefully a high degree of completion percentage. Looking through the history, there's sometimes a guy pops up and leads the NFL in passing who's a surprise, but more often than not, it is the quarterback who's a bona fide stud. Joe Burrow was it last year. Last couple of years was, yes, it was Tua the year before that, but it was Patrick Mahomes before that, Tom Brady in 2020, Deshaun Watson when he was cooking. There are generally high caliber, elite tier 1 quarterbacks that are leading the NFL in passing in any given season. So if that's Jordan Love, that says this team is scoring points. It means him and Matt LaFleur have found their rhythm together. It means other weapons have started to move forward and take their role in the Green Bay Packers offense further. And I will never be more confident about this team scoring points and Jordan Love being the quarterback into the future. So even though Josh Jacobs leading the NFL in rushing would do a lot for this team, and it would probably mean a healthy balance on offense. If Jordan Love leaves the NFL in passing, boy, we are cooking with gas in 2025 and beyond.
I like that because this is easy for me. I know, y'all thought just, tough question, running back, or listen, I love Josh Jacobs. It's easy for me. It's a quarterback, baby. That's what it is. It's Jordan Love because I'm going to go with history. And as a Packers fan, when you look at history, when the Packers have a quarterback, right, when they have a quarterback that's throwing a lot of yards, throwing for a lot of touchdowns, having a big-time season, good things seem to follow. Remember Jordan Love's first year as the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers as a starter. Guess what? He was top 3 in passing touchdowns that year. He put up a lot of good yards as well. He had his ups and his downs. He had some interceptions that year as well. But Jordan Love played well, and good things happened for this Green Bay Packers team. So that's what history tells us, right? So this is a QB league. And when you even look at Saquon Barkley, we talked about how, yes, Saquon was a beast last year. He was probably one of the best players, if not the best player in the NFL last year, but he was just a piece of that team. That Eagles football team had been to a Super Bowl before without having Saquon Barkley at running back. The main guy that made that team go was Jalen Hurts. You need to have an elite quarterback, a very good quarterback, in order for your team to find success. The ground game could be phenomenal, but having an elite quarterback gives you more opportunity to find success. And I believe Jordan Love having a big season this year, which I do believe he will have, will lead to good things for the Green Bay Packers in 2025.
I am not with you guys on this one. I really, truly believe that if Josh Jacobs were to lead the NFL in rushing for the Green Bay Packers, that would mean they would be dominating the line of scrimmage. And that would mean that Jordan Love wouldn't be asked to carry the entire load, right? And I think when Jordan Love got in trouble, especially early in the season, it was when it was like, all right, the identity that we had formed in the end of 2023 was Jordan Love, go make it all happen. Go make all the plays. And you see the way that Jalen Hurts was able to be so successful with a front line of scrimmage just dominating, Saquon Barkley ripping off runs. It opens everything up for Jordan Love even further if you have to stack the box and you're still trying to work out the wide receiver position and who's going to be those go-to targets. It makes it easier for him to be more successful in that offense. So I love the idea of Jordan Love slinging and having the most yards, but in terms of team success, if they're able to dominate time of possession, line of scrimmage, and Josh Jacobs is going for 2,000 plus yards,
dang, 2,000.
I mean, that's what he's going to have to do to lead the league.
Yeah.
That's probably what it will be around. Saquon was what, 21?
Do you feel like, though, they're taking...
Saquon was 2005, and Derrick Henry was 1921, which were the two highest marks in the last decade.
I'll
give him 2,000, though.
If Josh Jacobs gets that 2,000 or something like it, don't you feel like they're taking the ball out of Jordan Love's hands? I get that, like, you want to work,
Is it about winning, or is it about putting your team in the best spot to succeed?
Nah, I'm with Brad on this one. It's about both, right? But Jordan Love should be the reason why this team is going to succeed. I want us to get back to the thing where we're a passing football team that can also run the ball. I want us to have a double threat. Last year, it just didn't feel like we had that double threat of being able to utilize the play action fake and just, keeping people unbalanced.
Over to Alex Strofe. I say it'd be better for the Packers in 2025 if Jordan Love did not lead the league in passing yards and it was Josh Jacobs who led the league in rushing yards.
Couple of quick history lessons. Number one, it's only happened one time where a quarterback has led the league in passing yards and they won the Super Bowl. That was a guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes back in 2022. How about the 2 seasons after that? Last season, actually, let's start with 2023. 2023, Tua Tagovailoa led the league in passing. Any guesses how the Dolphins did in that postseason?
Lost to the Bills.
Correct.
Freezing cold.
Oh, excuses.
The rushing leader.
Would have been good to have a good rushing attack.
The rushing leader that year was Christian McCaffrey. Any idea how the 49ers did that year?
They lost the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. How about last year, 2024 regular season? The passing yards leader was Joe Burrow. How'd they do in the playoffs?
Well, that was tough.
They didn't make it.
Yeah,
rushing leader, as Benny mentioned, was Saquon Barkley. How'd they do in the playoffs?
And won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's Jacobs.
But we are cherry picking the last 2 years because before that, as far as rushing leaders,
but aren't we supposed to use where the league is trending, not going too far back?
Well said, Benny. Nice job.
Do you want these teams, the Josh Jacobs, the 2022 Raiders?
Oh, they were great.
Jonathan Taylor, the 2021 Colts.
Oh,
Derrick
phenomenal.
Henry 2 years in a row with the Titans.
Oh, the Titans won a lot of titles, didn't they?
2018 Ezekiel Elliott Cowboys.
Oh, we know how.
But we could also make arguments. No, Kyle, I heard his argument.
Were the Cowboys good in 2019?
But
did they win a Super Bowl?
What we could also say is they didn't have teams in a quarterback like the Titans did the 2 years Derrick Henry did.
Well, that's why they had to run the ball.
To also support and have a passing game with that. If you have Josh Jacobs leading the league in rushing like we saw Saquon do and Jalen Hurts be able to take advantage of what he was able to do, that would be the goal, in my opinion, for the Green Bay Packers to have the ultimate success. Josh DiMaggio, producer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, chimes in, as well as I'll get to the Carbless Talk and text line. Jacobs, for sure. Love leading and passing would mean the defense stinks and they're playing from behind. Jacobs leading means we're winning a lot. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I still think it's a passing league. There's a reason why quarterbacks get paid what they do. And outside of the last 2 years, most of these rushing leaders are guys that lead the league in rushing because their quarterbacks are not capable. If you lean that heavy on your running back, it means you're taking the ball out of your quarterback's hands.
And looking at this Green Bay Packers roster, we can say Jordan Love because we know what we believe that it won't be because Jordan Love's throwing the football up because his team is down, because we know they have a good ground game. They have both. We've already gotten what we need to see from Josh Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs replicates the season he had last year, nobody would complain. But Jordan Love, though he doesn't feel like he took a step back, I'm not saying he took a step back. I'm saying we want to see a step forward this year, and I think a step forward would be him throwing for a lot of yards, throwing a lot of touchdowns.
I do think it's interesting that you went back because I still stay with like the last 3 years trends of like, although the market went away from running backs, the productivity of running backs has followed more team success based off what Alex Strofe was saying over the last 3 years. We have more evidence to having a league-leading running back helping your team if you do have the support from a good quarterback to go further, and that's what I think the Packers have an opportunity to do. Now, this is hypothetical, and I like that
well, it could be something
Doug chimes in. He says, Jacobs is way better than Love. Only one is realistic. So part of this that you have to think about, part of it, yes.
I don't know.
Josh Jacobs right now is better at what he does than what Jordan Love does.
I would say it's more likely that Jacobs leads the NFL in rushing, but I don't think it's unrealistic for Jordan Love to lead the NFL in passing.
Splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
Tomato there.
No, that's a little disrespectful towards my boy Dre Love.
Just because he had a good quote that you're all excited about him now? I mean, I knew you were going to pick him because you're excited about his swagger after one question to Fox 11 today or yesterday.
That boy is prime for a great season. I'm telling y'all this right now. Go to Potawatomi Sportsbook.
You and I going over on yards again?
And so I guess I'm
nervous.
What I'm starting to lean here from the people that are responding on the Carbless Talk and text line, KBN Nation, is basically what I'm learning is you either think it's Jacobs and need it to be Jacobs because you don't believe in Jordan Love, or you want it to be Jordan Love because you want it to be Jordan Love because you want him to be the $55 million quarterback. So it's like
again, Jordan Love is what you're.
It's basically what narrative do you have in your head about Jordan Love? Do you believe that he's capable of being a guy that can lead the league in passing? Because if you do, you're probably picking that. But if you don't, feels like you're leaning more Jacobs because you don't think he has the ability, especially with the wide receivers that they have, to lead the league in passing.
I just want us to forget how special of a season Jordan Love had 2 years ago, and last year he was hampered by injuries.
Half a season.
No, well, still, he threw for 30-plus touchdown passes. He threw for 4,000-plus yards, something that not a lot of quarterbacks did. Very few have done that in their first season as a starter. So looking at that and then seeing his second year as a starter, he was hampered by injuries from literally week one. Week one, he had to deal with injury. So we have to put that all into the pot when we're thinking about his performance from last year. So let's not sleep on Jordan Love. He was hurt last year. If he stays healthy this year, watch out.
Nobody's sleeping on him. I just think it's what. Okay,
y'all sleeping on him.
We're literally talking about leading the league in passing. One is more likely, and it is Jacobs leading the league in rushing based off what we have seen from the inconsistencies of Jordan Love.
They used the term realistic. That's unrealistic, and I highly disagree. Jordan Love, he can throw for a lot of yards, man. I'm just saying, don't sleep on Jordan Love. I feel like a lot of us last year are down on Jay Love based off him being injured last year.
John, you bring up a good point in the Carpus Talking text line. This is why Kyle is probably bad at gambling because he's impulsive. Isn't Kyle 0 for 11 on wagers in his last 11, so he shouldn't be giving betting suggestions on Jordan Love's passing numbers?
I said to Brad,
because he heard one quote, now he's all excited.
I said, never mind. I don't want to touch it because I don't want anything bad to happen to Jordan Love.
Strofe and Ben think it's better for the 2025 Packers if Josh Jacobs leads the league in rushing. Kyle and Brad think it's better for the Green Bay Packers in 2025 if Jordan Love leads the league in passing. What say you, 800-990-3776? I'm fascinated to see where the mind of Jason Wilde goes on this. We'll get to Jason, but I got to tell you about IKEA, especially the delivery. IKEA will give delivery options, which will buy you time and energy to do things you want. We all are looking to have any time that we can have to do things that we want. And I think the biggest thing is assembly. If you don't want to assemble an IKEA purchase, IKEA has partnered with TaskRabbit to make your everyday life easier, connecting you with flexible and affordable ways to get your to-dos done, including that furniture and assembly and mounting. They have kitchen and design planning, closet planning. They have everything you need over in Oak Creek at IKEA. So check out IKEA off Oak Creek, become an IKEA family member, and get specials right to your email. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Jason Wilde joins us next to break the tie.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Quick trigger.
DKB. They get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half-an-hour boo-boo. If I need to do that, they need to allow me to do that.
That's your whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with some delays along southbound 43 from before Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down towards North Avenue. The northbound side backing up just before Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. Southbound on 41, a hefty ride from Highway 145 all the way down to Silver Spring, where you will find a crash. It is in the left lane, so that's one of the reasons why we got those big delays. On the northbound side, backing up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 52. Tomorrow, partly cloudy in the afternoon. We might have a thunderstorm chance, a high of 75. Weather is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Visit any of their 6 locations in the Milwaukee market today. Try your first wash free when you sign up online at tsunamiexpress.com. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I'll be fascinated to see what this contract looks like. How much of this is incentivized? How much is Jair getting to walk through that door?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I'm guessing it's not going to be nearly what he wants. I know that. It will be more of how much did the Packers go to kind of put an olive branch out to say, come on back in, Jair. We still believe that you can play.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. WeatherTech Chicago is up next on June 6th through the 8th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Men, you're being robbed of your potential. Research shows a shocking 1% annual decline in testosterone levels. That's why building muscle feels impossible and your confidence is at an all-time low. But here's the truth. You're not alone in this uphill battle. Mentality's physician-directed, FDA-approved treatment doesn't just level the playing field, it restores your body's powerful balance. Our patients experience a documented 30% increase in their testosterone levels. Stop struggling and turn this around. Defy the odds and reclaim your masculine edge at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Are you dreaming about summer in your backyard yet? Landworks handles projects of all sizes. From a cozy pocket patio lush with greenery to a grand outdoor hosting space and everything in between. Locally owned and operated, Landworks prides themselves on exceptional customer service and a personal approach to all of your landscaping needs. The Landworks team of experts will work closely with you, making your property shine all year. Experience the Landworks difference. Visit landworkswisconsin.com. That's landworkswisconsin.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's a little groupthink going on there. I'm not going to disagree.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
He is a good general manager. Anybody who disputes that, they have other issues.
Holding everybody accountable.
I'm not sure that was good enough for us to even play on our show.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Joining us on Kyle Bruston Nortman is Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these various stations. What's going on, Jason?
I'm doing well.
I love that so much.
Glad to hear that,
I love
Jason.
it.
You must be in a great mood today.
Well, I mean, I am now. We'll see how this goes.
Well, we actually need you in this hypothetical, which I don't know if you're going to like or not like. But I think it's interesting. Would it be better for the 2025 Green Bay Packers if Josh Jacobs led the NFL in rushing or if Jordan Love led the NFL in passing yards?
Well, Josh Jacobs led the NFL in rushing.
Why is that?
Because think about it. If you're going to lead the league in passing yards, there's a good chance that you're playing from behind a lot and you're throwing the ball a ton.
That is exactly what Strofe, Josh DiMaggio, and myself got to.
Yeah, they ran the ball 52% of the time last year. It was the most they have run the ball percentage-wise since 2003 when Amon Green set the franchise record for rushing yards and rushing touchdowns in a single season.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think. I mean, obviously that team I believe went 10-6, and then went on that miraculous run where they got into the playoffs. First Favre played the way he did after his father's passing. Then they got into the playoffs because the Vikings lost in Arizona. Then they beat the Seahawks on Al Harris's overtime pick 6. So yeah, that was a pretty remarkable season. But that was Amon Green carried the load, and Brett Favre played well, but Amon Green was the engine that ran that offense. And if that turns out to be the case with this group again this year, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, Jason, when I look at the top 10 quarterbacks in passing yards this past season, I mean, you look at them. Yeah, Burrow, he led the league. Yeah, he made the playoffs, but you had Jared Goff was on a good football team. You had Baker Mayfield on a good football team. I mean, Geno, he had those boys playing. Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes.
Geno, Sam, your top 5. None of them were like true contenders. Goff was the only true contender of winning a Super Bowl. That's going to our point.
The Vikings were a good football team last year. They were. I would say the Vikings were a contender. So I'm just saying, when you look at the top 10, you're looking at probably six of them made the dang playoffs last year. And you go into 2023.
But Strofe and I literally made the argument that if you look at the last 3 years of the last 3 years, Strofe, the leading rusher, Saquon, last 2 made it to the Super Bowl. Christian McCaffrey made it to the Super Bowl. And Jace, I guess the overall point is if that is happening for this team with Jordan Love, he then doesn't have all the stress to have to be somebody that he doesn't need to be.
You're exactly right. I don't think we want to use overall passing yardage as a metric either. I don't think that's a positive. I mean, look, it's great if you're Dan Marino and you throw for 5,000 yards. Awesome. That's phenomenal. I think Drew Brees did it one year. I don't think it was the year they won the Super Bowl, though, in New Orleans. So, yeah, look, I'm not saying that you don't want Jordan Love to have a really good season. You do, but if he throws for, I don't know, let's say he throws for 4,000 yards. He plays all 17 games, throws for 4,000 yards, which is not unrealistic, even with Josh Jacobs carrying the ball a lot. And he throws like 32 touchdowns against 6 picks. That's really, really good football. You know, I mean, even if he throws for 3,700 yards, but throws that kind of a touchdown interception ratio, like I think you would take that every day with Josh Jacobs shouldering the offensive load, and I think that's a pretty good recipe. Plus, if their defense is going to be better than it was last year, and it was pretty darn good last year, I think that creates a pretty good formula for maybe not winning the Super Bowl, but certainly being in the conversation and being in the divisional round, and if that day goes your way, being in the NFC Championship game.
But, Jason, you don't think that if Jacobs had that kind of production, you're going to have to be feeding him the ball all the time. Don't you think it feels like you're taking the ball out of Jordan Love's hands? And don't you want it in your franchise quarterback's hands, who's making the most money on the team? And if he can actually do that, lead the NFL in passing, boy, that means him, LaFleur, and those weapons are cooking.
No, I want to win. And I don't think that Jordan Love's throwing 600 passes and throwing for 4,900 yards is a winning formula. Because, I mean, it's great if he throws for a bunch of yards. You know, Favre had some years where he threw for a bunch of yards and also threw like 22 picks. Like we've seen in Jordan Love's last 5 quarters of playoff football, he's thrown 5 interceptions, right? 2 in the fourth quarter in San Francisco and 3 in the loss to the Eagles. Now, I get it. You know, Malik Heath did not run his route at the correct depth and whatever else. And look, Josh Jacobs' rushing attempts are probably inflated by the one game where they didn't trust Malik Willis to do anything. I mean, the second game, the Tennessee game, they gave him a lot more rope. And then the fact that Jordan Love was playing, obviously, with the injuries, so they leaned on the run more heavily there. I can't say for certain that they're going to run the ball 52% of the time again. But I know this. I don't want Jordan Love dropping back that much. I don't want him in harm's way that frequently because we know some bad things can happen when you're getting sacked. And he didn't get sacked very often, I think 14 times last season. But no, I don't think that is their formula. Certainly they have to be able to throw the ball effectively, efficiently. They can't drop it 33 times like they did, tied for third most in the league. But, you know, I was kind of, if you guys listened to LaFleur yesterday and my speech with him when he talked about my incredible physique, that, he did not want to acknowledge that they need more from Jordan Love. And I think Tausch was right this morning. He basically said Jordan Love feels enough pressure. He doesn't need his coach bringing it up. But the bottom line is they need him to play better. They don't need him to throw for more yards. They need him to be better with his decision-making, better with his efficiency, better with his accuracy. And again, if he takes his interception total from 11 to 6, I think they're going to be a really, really hard team to beat.
11 to 6, that's steep. But Jason, you were there when Jordan made these comments, but I want to know your exact reaction when you heard Jordan Love talking about not taking a step back last year. Stroff, can you hit it for me?
What is a step back is what I'd ask, you know what I mean? Everybody has different opinions, things like that. You know, you got to block that stuff out. So it's all about the goals of the team at the end of the day. You know, I'd say we won more games than we did the year before. So that's why I ask people, what is a step back? So everybody has opinions, things like that. Try and block that out and just focus on doing me, being the best player I can be, like I've talked about, and go forward. But at the end of the day, you know, personal stats, things like that, that's all in the back. You know, you got to focus on the goals of the team first and foremost.
What did you feel after you heard him say that yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit defensive with that response. But I've told you guys this a lot. I say it all the time. You know, my father worked in a factory for 40 years. It'd be like 125 degrees in the shop. He was a welder. In the summertime, it would be unbearably hot. I would never have been able to make it, especially after my Larry Bird Converse weapons melted while I was on a catering job for Rapinas in West Dallas there. But that's hard work. And what I do is not hard work. But there are pitfalls to what I do. And I'm not going to, this is not about the person who asked the question. In fact, I don't even remember who asked it, but I would not have phrased it that way. And it kind of set the stage then for a little bit prickly response. So I think I believe that there are good ways, and believe me, in 30 years, I've asked more than my share of bad questions.
But Jason,
poorly phrased questions.
The prickliness, is that something new that you haven't seen from Jordan? Because that was my reaction to finally a little bit of snapback, a little bit of not being the golden boy and always trying to be so correct, properly correct, politically correct with your answer. He just kind of like a step back. What do you mean? Like, did you? Is that a good thing to have a little bit more prickliness from Jordan Love? Emotion?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with his response. Now, I would quickly add that while he may not have liked the phraseology, did he like what are we fighting over here, right? Like you didn't go. I'll say this, and I was not there for the question. I had asked my two questions, and then Josh Jacobs had come in, and I did not want to miss Josh Jacobs because I had a bunch of questions for him, and so I was not there for that specific question. I listened to it back afterward, and I would say this. Like, if I'd have been there or if it had been my question, I would have said, well, you didn't go as far in the postseason as you did the previous year. So that's a step back. You didn't finish the season on the torrid pace that you did the previous year. I mean, the guy was the best quarterback. Like, don't forget, and this is what raised expectations, perhaps unfairly, but he was on such an Aaron Rodgers-style heater to end the 23 season. I went back to look up those numbers because I wanted to use them in my story today. The guy completed 70.3% of his passes in the final 8 games of 2023. He threw for 2,150 yards. So, by the way, take that and double it for 16 games, plus add a little more for the 17th game. And he's probably in the discussion of led the league in passing yardage that year had he done that all season long, which I'm not saying is – no one can do that, including Rodgers. He's never had a season where he was quite that good. He threw 18 touchdowns against only 1 interception. His passer rating was 112.7. So that's how he finished. Well, he finished the season that way. And then on top of that, you know, he had a perfect passer rating when LaFleur took him out in the playoff game against Dallas and then put him back in, and then he ruined it because Tucker Kraft had a drop. But my point is that if we want to play the semantics game, I'm okay with that. I would say that you did not take the step forward that I expected you to, or LaFleur expected you to, or quite frankly, you expected yourself to, right? And one of the things that I absolutely love about Jordan, and that's why this is really interesting that he responded the way he did is that he doesn't use injuries as an excuse. He doesn't blame other guys. He doesn't flail his arms if a guy ran the wrong route, like Malik Heath, the aforementioned Malik Heath, running that route at the wrong depth against the Eagles. That was a crucial piece of why that he threw that interception. Now, that said, it's still on his stats, and there are plenty of times when he may make a bad throw and it doesn't get intercepted because the wide receiver makes a great play. My point is that he very rarely would react that way, but the fact that he reacted in that manner is probably a combination of, one, a great question, I wouldn't have phrased it that way, and also there might be a little bit of truth there that he's a little defensive about, right? I mean, you guys tell me, did he take a step back last year, or did he just not take a step forward? Like, did he tread water? Because he didn't play at the level that he finished the 2023 season at. And whether you want to blame 33 drops or you want to blame his groin and knee injuries, whatever you want to blame, the bottom line is he didn't play at that same level. He was not able to replicate it. The Toyotathon thing did not end up being the case.
I'm sorry, Jason. I had something in my ear. I apologize. But we do appreciate the time.
I beg your pardon?
What does that mean?
No, like I had someone speaking in my ear.
And it wasn't me.
And it wasn't Strofe, so I caught the...
I talked to him in his ear and said, I want to respond to Jason so bad, but I know we're running late.
Yes.
Literally, that's what I said to him. I said, I want to respond so bad.
While you're talking, respond.
Yes. Go ahead, respond.
Oh, yeah, respond quickly.
No, I was just saying. I was just excited about what you were saying about Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. I was just going to second everything you said.
That's what you had to tell me?
Wow. That's a compliment.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry, Jason. I didn't know I had such critical information that was being sent to me.
Well, I wanted to second everything, but we were late.
Jason, great perspective. Appreciate the time. And we'll have Kyle be better Monday.
You guys are something else, boy. All right, guys, take care. Be good. Have a great weekend.
Yes, you as well. That's Jason Wilde. Check him out on Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these various stations. And just know I am stocked with Palermo's because I am a solo father. Fiance's been gone since Monday through Sunday. So what do you think my fridge is stocked with? Palermo's Pizza. And summer's around the corner, which means a lot of things. But one thing that's really getting me excited is Summerfest. And if you buy $25 worth of participating items at Pick and Save and Metro Market stores, you can get 2 free Summerfest tickets. Did you also know that includes Palermo's family brand? So stock up on all your Palermo's favorites and go enjoy Summerfest. It's Summerfest, and it's happening now at your local Pick and Save and Metro Market stores. For more info, visit pickandsave.com. Wheel of Strofe is next. Wheel of Strofe.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring, I'm sizing up my ring
the Pack Arena right now.
1 pack of 2, pack of 3, pack Arena.
Hey. On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43. We've got backups from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive down to North Avenue. Then back on the brakes right through the Marquette down and over the high-rise bridge to about Lincoln. Northbound slowing from Kilbourne all the way to Keefe. We've also got this accident southbound on 41 at Silver Spring. The left lane is blocked there, making for a very slow ride, almost starting at about Main Street, pretty much all the way down past Silver Spring to about Capitol. The northbound side slowing down from just before Mayfair Road up to Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 52. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, afternoon thunderstorms chance, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Truck drivers, are you tired of an outdated truck hurting your paychecks? At Schneider, we add new trucks to our fleet every year to keep drivers moving and racking up the miles. Our easy-to-use technology is designed to keep you safe and comfortable while also boosting your income potential. So, are you ready to get behind the wheel of a more reliable ride? Find jobs near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Brewers and Padres action is coming at you June 6th through the 8th. Catch an electric weekend of baseball as two of the game's youngest superstars square off. The first Friday game of June means Wisconsinites can grab half-off tickets to the Brewers series opener on the 6th, then score one of the top giveaways of the season, a Jackson Churio replica jersey presented by Chevrolet for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates June 7th. Get seats at Brewers.com.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards, they're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel, it's a glow up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Strofe and I frivolously. Is that right? Working together to get the wheel of Strofe ready.
Were you trying to say feverishly?
Frivolously?
Yeah, you're
He's
not.
looking for feverishly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman. If you missed any of our show, go to the ESPN Wisconsin app and listen back. You can also see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I was getting the categories ready for Strofe segment. Wheel of Strofe.
You never know what to expect when the wheel appears. It's time for the
Wheel of Strofe.
Back again, better than ever. Our contestants remain the same.
What are you, Greeny? Back and better than ever.
I guess he did used to say that when he had a radio program, didn't he? Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, our contestants on the
Wheel of Strofe.
Our categories today, we've got 4 of them. Bathwater.
Okay.
Why do you that?
Spelling bee. My haircut experience. And I'm going to give George in Milwaukee a 20% chance today, as he has been waiting for a long time on the phone
waiting on
line.
hold. I've wanted to get to him, but we've had a lot planned.
We're going to spin the wheel, and if it lands on George, we're going to go to George. If not, we're going to go to one of the other categories. Here we go. Spin that wheel.
Great spin.
Good spin.
Love that.
Great
spin.
Blue.
Spelling.
All right, fellas. Well, the annual Spelling Bee 100th anniversary today.
Wow.
Might be 50th, actually. It's a big anniversary.
Wow,
one
it's a
or
big
the other.
difference between the two.
Yeah, that is, but still a big anniversary nonetheless. Congratulations to New Berlin 7th grader Ethan Robert. Took 10th place.
All right,
Spelling Bee.
Ethan.
Good for Ethan. I feel like the Wheel of Strofe feels like a game show a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
Yeah.
How about we have a spelling bee right here on KBN?
Oh, Lord.
With words that eliminated middle schoolers.
This ought to be good.
Up first, Ben Brust. The first word, lumicrome.
I thought my word was Ben Brust. I was like, hey, I can do that.
Can we write these down, or we have to say them like how they do them?
You have to say the word, spell it out, and then say it when you're done. Lumicrome.
Lumicrome. Lumicrome. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes, lumicrome is a blue fluorescent crystalline compound. That's also the definition.
Lumicrome. Lumachrome.
Ben Brust has been eliminated from the first ever KBN spelling bee. Good efforts.
It's a good effort. It's a good effort.
Lumicrome.
Taking me back to 5th grade. Very nervous.
All right, we're on to Kyle Wallace.
Kyle Wallace.
Kyle Wallace, your word
Yes, sir.
is logia. Here's the pronunciation.
Loggia.
Logia, excuse me.
Loggia.
Oh, good luck.
Loggia.
What?
Logia is your word.
Is that
Kyle.
English?
Logia.
Logia.
Logia. Logia, like a lodge, or is
Would
it?
you like the definition?
Can I please have the definition, please? Logia.
A gallery or room with one or more open sides, especially one that forms part of a house.
Okay, can you use it in a sentence, please?
I walked into the loggia.
Loggia. L-O-D-G.
There's no D.
L-O-G.
Like lodge, like a home. A catalog
All
cabin.
right, Brad, you can win the first ever spelling bee right here, right now.
I would have gotten those wrong, so this ought to be good.
Your word is espadrille. Espadrille.
Espadrille. Can I get the definition of espadrille?
Yes, it is a light canvas shoe with a plated fiber sole.
That didn't help.
Would you like it in a sentence?
Please.
I walked in my espadrille.
Espadrille.
It's a noun, by the way.
Yes. E-S-P-I-D-R-A-L-L-E.
We're going to overtime.
No, we're not. We lose.
I want to do it again.
No.
Loggia also is from the Italian word lodge.
All right, Ben Brust.
We're spinning the wheel.
I thought we were spelling. We were champion.
No, we are. We're not going to get any of these. I want to be
one letter wrong.
wheel. Oh, stroke.
Stroke.
It's
Spelling bee.
Wheel.
Oh, stroke.
Gotta do that again, Stroke.
Maybe we'll try again tomorrow.
Yes. Spelling bee. Spelling.
Hand on it again.
Respin.
No respin.
Bath water.
Oh wow, bath water.
Was that manipulated to bath water?
No. It was split in the middle. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is an interesting one. You guys know who Sydney Sweeney is, right? The actress. You've seen her on Euphoria and several movies. You know who that is? Everybody's aware.
I've seen her on Euphoria, all right.
Yeah, I've seen her.
Yep.
Not on Euphoria though.
Seen her.
Bet you have. Well, Sydney Sweeney and the bath soap brand Dr. Squatch have announced a collaboration. Beginning next week, you can purchase a bar of soap called Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater, which includes droplets of her bathwater in the bar of soap. I am dead serious.
Okay, the comments I have seen on social media are absolutely
Dr. Squatch.
Wild.
Selling 5,000 bars of soap for $8 a pop.
That's disturbing.
That's it? $8? I'm not
$30,000 in profit.
I'm not in. Only bath water I want to bathe in is my ladies.
Yeah, I don't want no one else's bath water on me. That's disturbing.
No,
Our guys
gross.
getting in line.
What about 18 to 22-year-old Kyle?
Whoa. That's a different time. That's over a decade ago. 18 to 22-year-old
So you're not anti-Sydney Sweeney bathwater. You're anti-Sydney Sweeney bathwater in your committed relationship.
This version of Kyle Wallace.
Yeah. I mean, I try a lot of things.
Because the comments are wild.
That's crazy. Her bathwater. Nah,
she can sell her bathwater.
Hold on.
Men are
time out.
Men are crazy.
Time out. Can we talk about this for a minute?
It's gross.
It's a bar of soap. When it gets wet, naturally it starts to lather and fall apart. How are you infusing bathwater into a bar of soap without it falling apart?
It's got a mold, right?
I think it takes some degree of water to make
form
soap.
it.
And they're probably just
took a droplet of it, like literally, like
this
one of
has
those.
to be a scam, right?
No, it's not a scam.
You think they went and grabbed gallons of Sydney
Yeah,
Sweeney?
she probably took a bath every night for a month and just
100%.
scooped it up. They probably took like a little droplet of it, like a little turkey baster.
100%. This is really gonna be your bathwater, fellas. So for you sickos out there that want to buy it,
could you imagine being her taking all these baths and be like, there's going to be a bunch of gross men.
Hold on.
They're about to wash themselves
I've got
in
further
this?
questions. I've got further questions. Wouldn't you want to value it at more than $8?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think she's selling her bathwater.
Her bathwater, wouldn't it be valued at more than $8?
Well, it
I
should
don't know,
be.
sicko.
Someone valuing
Well,
her
she's very
used-
famous.
Well, let's just say she's very attractive.
Well, I didn't say all that.
She is.
I just said I seen her on Euphoria. I seen her on Euphoria.
Yeah, you seen her.
I ain't see. I seen her. Oh wow.
Oh, so now you. Oh wow, is worse than me calling her
Yes, I
attractive.
agree.
No, oh wow. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see. Oh wow.
You've
wow.
seen her.
I cover my eye.
Oh yeah.
They give you like the thing
baby,
beforehand,
baby.
like,
I can't watch
I
this.
can't. Girl, listen. That was disgusting. Turn it off. Turn off this
rated
smut.
mature for blank, blank, and blank. They show that before the scenes.
You know, people are gross though, because in reality, like some people, this is disgusting. Like men
It's pretty
really,
gross.
you're buying somebody else's bath.
I like
weird.
Wheel of Strove.
Today was good.
Wheel of Strove.
I don't know what dictates good and bad. in
Today
this
was
segment.
good. You got a good topic today. Bath water. Come on now. Would you buy the bath water?
Hell no.
Uh-huh. Mr. Perfect.
If you were single, would you buy it?
Bathwater.
Sorry to George.
This is gross.
I do want to get to George. He's been holding
Come
a
on,
long
get
time.
it.
No, George.
George, hang on for one more break, and we will get to you on the other side, Georgie. He's got to talk about Jordan Love. Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a seam head now. You can call me whatever you want.
Seam head.
I don't even know what that is. You have to
That means
explain
I'm a
it to me.
baseball dork. All I do is sit and watch MLB big inning at night.
Head.
I've never heard that before.
This is because you're not a seam head.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your chance to spend an afternoon on the links with ESPN Milwaukee is just a tap away. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open happens July 15th at the Ball Golf Course, and we're inviting a lucky ESPN Milwaukee fan and 3 guests. Hang out with your favorite ESPN Milwaukee host, play around at one of Wisconsin's most popular courses, and enjoy food and drinks throughout the day. Open up the contest tab in the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to win this fan foursome with ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Crew able to split their 4-game weekend set in Pittsburgh over the last few days before returning home to take on the Boston Red Sox. Here's manager Pat Murphy on how things are going.
We're showing signs. I mean, didn't have to win this game the way it was going. 4 hits and 3 in the first, and then looking behind us, and we've seen this a bunch this year, and then bam, bam, bam. You just knew those guys. I mean, the way Collins came through, and they're all behind in the count and still battling.
Good test this weekend coming up after the series against the Red Sox as the Brewers head to Philadelphia to take on the NL East leading Philadelphia Phillies.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Hey, it's it's Jason Wilde, and Father's Day is Sunday, June 15th. Get Dad something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send Dad his favorite flavor, like their bourbon pecan. That's my favorite. To complete the gift, you can add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order, and you will be Dad's favorite child. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH and have it shipped right to Dad. Kringle.com or 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a star-studded group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 6th through the 8th with an exciting team competition and a new tournament home at TPC, Wisconsin. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Megan Maroney with special guest Clint Black on Friday, June 6th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Road America is your place for this summer to have a great time, conveniently located right in the middle of Madison, Green Bay, and Milwaukee. Come see a race at Road America. Since 1955, it's been amazing, but they've made it so much better. Camp on site all weekend long. Enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. WeatherTech Chicago is up next, June 6th through the 8th. You come for that experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. One of my favorite places. I fell in love with racing when I went to Road America. I still carried my racing bug with me everywhere I go. roadamerica.com for tickets. George, thanks for holding. We had a discussion about Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs. What would be better for the Green Bay Packers if Jordan Love led the league in passing yards or if Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing yards? You've been holding. What say you, George?
Hey, how you guys doing? So I'm gonna break it down exactly like this. First of all, the Packers is not the 2000 Baltimore Ravens where they relied on their defense and running, and then you got Trent Dilfer, who wasn't a competent quarterback. I'm going to compare it to where the Packers need to be, in which you have a Hall of Fame running back and a Hall of Fame quarterback. The Dallas Cowboys, the years they won the Super Bowl with Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith getting over 1,200 yards rushing, Troy Aikman throwing over 3,500 yards passing, as well as 30 touchdown passes with a good run-well defense. One wasn't better than the other. It's always even. There's no circumstances where you want your quarterback to have to prove anything. That means the running game ain't good. That means you don't have a good defense. If I got to sit back all day and throw for 6,000 yards, that means I'm lacking somewhere else. There's nothing better than balance. No matter how you guys want to frame it, the balance is what works. So when the time does come, if the running back does go down, Jordan Love's confidence is so high because he's been playing at a balanced level so much that when he has to take over the game, he's capable of doing it because out the gate, he's not having to be back throwing the ball all the time and making things happen. That's how mistakes are made. That's what was happening with Brett Favre. When he didn't have a running back, he was trying to force it into Sterling Sharp.
George, appreciate the call.
George
Gotta
cooking.
But he's Team Bruston Strofe.
He said balance.
He said balance.
He's really all of the teams,
Yeah,
or none of them, I guess.
Yeah, Team George. George is Team George. In a different perspective than us. Coming up next in Madison, you have Jim, Matt, and Molly. You have Corey and Wally of the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. And Kyle Bruston Ortman continues next in the 414 Hour at 4. Right here on 94.5 ESPN. And as always, streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. We'll talk to you in 2 short minutes.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money.
Northbound on Westbound 41, we got backups because of an accident. It is just before you get to Mayfair Road on the left shoulder. So we got delays right through that area. They continue, though, all the way up past Capitol Drive. Southbound, backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol as well. Westbound 94, you got delays from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Back on the brakes just west of Highway 100 into Waukesha County. On the eastbound side, delays from Barker Road past Brookfield Road to Calhoun. Then you'll be back on the brakes again from 70.